The 6 finalists in this proposal is the joint brainchild of Stephan Bettzieche and Katharina. And Stephan will be presenting, and he's the managing director of Gemino GmbH Language Services and Solutions. He's based in Germany, and the proposal is called Global Governance by Cooperative Communities.
Welcome to a world of cooperative communities. It is a concept about you, actually about all of us, and about giving us more and more access to local and global decision-making processes. Because we are all indispensable as shapers of a society capable of handling today's and tomorrow's global risks. So what do we need? We need a global network of local communities connecting ideas and people, not simply as users of another digital platform, but mainly as key actors in a new, engaging, participatory way. We have to build a bridge between the current situation, mainly representative structures, and real participation. That's why the cooperative communities can be a supplemental to existing structures, including the United Nations. But they also have transformative power. And they are not only able to replace current structures, but to go further and further beyond them, always in line with the people's choices. We have to make sure that participating is exciting and rewarding, an experience of respect, trust, openness, and effectiveness, so that the solutions we find together are viable and will reinforce our commitment and vice versa. In order to do so, we will introduce a new kind of decision-making process called ASK, Agile Socio-Consensing. It is a technique capable of transforming people's negativity and skepticism into creative and practicable solutions by, for example, mixing competitive and cooperative elements and making people listening to each other actively. So where do we stand? It's not just a theoretical approach. Actually, we have already started to take the first small steps on the implementation path in a German setting. Basically, we could start with just one community, but I'm sure we will be able to find more than that. Then we will invite the people to leave the sidelines and to become part of center stage. We will set up our network so that ideas, solutions, and experiences can be shared and a global community can be established. We will introduce ASK as a local and global decision-making process and as a key element of a new electoral system. We will use ASK to elect a global assembly, a global court of justice, a global cabinet, supported by the inspiration and guidance of directly elected guardians, and accompanied by the transparency and resourcefulness of directly elected advocati. If you were ever asking yourself what might be missing in today's political processes and debates, it well might be them, guardians and advocati. Well, from then on, actually, it's really up to us to share, to interact, to be creative, to be inspirational, and to take more and more weight off the shoulders of traditional decision-making institutions. Just one more thing. As you have heard, today is day 0 of the New Shape Forum. I was thinking about that a little bit and what might be the most important questions we have to answer. I think it'll be like, what will we be able to take home with us? What will we be able to share? Will we find the strength to be among the first ones to make a difference if it's necessary? And will we find the compassion to make sure we're not the last ones to make a difference? Will we not only be able to listen to our hearts, but also to listen with our hearts? And will we be able to do all of that with a smile on our faces and with a smile in our hearts? Because it'll make things so much easier. There's a line in a song I like a lot, and it says, "We are billions of beautiful hearts. Let us add that to the mix. Then let us begin. And tomorrow, tomorrow will be indeed day one. Hope to see you there. Thank you.
Billions of beautiful hearts. Thank you, Stephan. And the jury, Maria?
Thank you. I'd like to ask a question about one of your premises that was in the proposal, that all decisions will be made in public. Mm-hmm. What are the risks associated with making all decisions completely openly in public?
Well, actually, of course, in the next few years, it will not be possible to make all decisions in public because, as we all know, there are still structures, secret service and so on, who will not be able to do things like that. But I think it's not so much risks that we are looking at. I think it's more possibilities we are looking at, because at the moment we have a situation in many countries where you have the feeling that most decisions are made behind closed doors. And that many, many more decisions can be made in public. So we have to work on that to make as many decisions as possible public. Of course, there will be still a small amount of decisions, but the amount that is made today behind closed doors is way too high.
How would you decide which, when you say a small number of decisions, how would you decide which ones will be made behind closed doors? Which ones will be made in public?
Well, basically, since at the beginning, the existing structures will still be there. It will not be a question for our model. So later on, I think it's an iterative process. We will have to find out together what will be the best way to handle these things. So we actually have to publicly discuss what decisions are allowed to be made behind closed doors, so that we agree on how to do it and not be just consumers of a political process we don't have any saying in.
Susan?
So how do you envision obtaining the needed and trusted knowledge base that will help inform decisions, whether it's done publicly or not?
Sorry, is it?
How do you obtain the needed and trusted knowledge that is the base for informing the decision-making process?
So basically, first we have our platform. So it's a platform to exchange ideas, solutions, and so on. So it'll be really public debate about what solutions might really be worth to think about and to develop further. And then our guardians and advocati also play a crucial role in the next few years, because they are actually intended to be really sort of a guidance, and they will make sure that the decisions we make, that they are not against higher values we have, and that they are always discussed pro, contra, alternatives, and so on. Because in Germany we have made this experience with Alternativlos, and we don't want that anymore. So we want alternatives.
Jury satisfied? Okay, great. Thanks a lot.